this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill no one.
Wait a second.
Oh, no.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin vs. the World. I'm SeptumSin. So now we're going to be approaching part 5 of our movie stroll, which is kind of cool. We've been moving through the collection. We are not quite through the numbers yet. We haven't even gotten into the letters. But we are moving. So we're going to start with a movie called 21. Now this is, I believe, a Kevin Spacey film, which most Kevin Spacey films after what came out about him don't really hold up as well. It comes with a nice little thing there. But it is a cool film. It shows a lot of Vegas. It's about a professor who takes his class. It's based on a real story about how they learn how to use mathematics to count cards and cheat and try and win big at blackjack. Now on here is 21, the advantage player. They explain the game of blackjack and card counting. Basic strategy, a complete film. Money plays, a tour of the good life. It just talks about a lot of the locations of the film. It's a pretty cool documentary. And then you got filmmaker commentary. It's not the best film in the world, but I really did enjoy it. So take with it what you will. Then we got 21 Grams, which is a slightly different film with Sean Penn and all of them. Oh, it's one of these that has these little clippers there. Don't you hate it when you're thinking you got it open and you're just like, and you're like, oh, these. So this one, an emotionally and psychologically charged lives of 3 people, a college professor, an ex-con, and a young mother with a reckless past collide unexpectedly in this gripping suspense thriller. It is really good. It's really well done. It features the song Some Devil by Dave Matthews, but there's not a ton of special features on this disc, unfortunately. One day I've got to upgrade this. I mean, there's a lot of these films I really want to upgrade for better quality, visually, musically, maybe get some special features. It's just, not yet. It's been nominated for a couple of Academy Awards. It's worth keeping in the collection, but one day. Upgrade beyond that basic edition. One I'm probably not going to upgrade is 21 Jumpstreet. Now I've had the original show. I think I got rid of my copy, which is fine. It's not one that I am particularly in love with series-wise. I don't remember whether I got rid of it or kept it. But that was Johnny Depp's big entry into film, or into basically TV. Essentially, 21 Jump Street is a bunch of people they're cops who decide to go in to infiltrate a high school as high school students. Of course, they obviously look like high school students, right? And it kind of makes fun of that concept that where they cast older actors to play teenagers. So it is kind of fun in that way. You got commentary and directors, with directors and cast, back to school, and 4 deleted scenes. So not too terrible on the scenes. Essentially a pretty funny movie. Now, not so funny movie, 22 Jump Street, which they're going to infiltrate the college party scene. So 5 deleted scenes, perfect couple of directors, Linorama, commentary with director Phil Lord and Chris Miller. So, this is not much art, really. If I didn't want to try and collect all the sequels of things, I wouldn't have collected it. So the next one is one that probably should upgrade one day, which is one of the better zombie movies of all time, 28 Days Later. A great film. If you haven't seen it and you like zombie movies, this is an exceptional film to watch. Very scary, very creepy. Bonus is audio commentary, 3 alternate endings, deleted scenes, Pure Rage, the making of 28 Days Later. Let's see, animated storyboards and still galleries. So, decent for this, but I do feel like this should one day be upgraded to Blu-ray, or maybe even 4K. It just depends on what they have feature-wise, because it is a wonderful film, well worth checking out. So, of course, then there's the less, but okay sequel, 28 Weeks Later, which kind of takes up after this one and moves forward. The zombie apocalypse was kind of limited to England because England's an island, and I did like how they did this kind of almost rabies-like zombification. You kind of get to see how people are living in this particular future. Commentary, deleted scenes, Code Red making it 28 Weeks Later, The Infected, getting into the action, so a lot of featurettes on this one. 28 Days Later, The Aftermath, 28 Days Later, The Aftermath, so it's got stage 1 through 3, with the animated graphic novel, and the trailer. Now, I might one day upgrade to just get these as like a set on Blu-ray if they have some of the special features, because the featurettes are cool. I mean, this one really knocked it out of the park with the featurettes. So, I'm kind of glad we're through a lot of the multi-packs in this. That's one thing we have gotten through. So another kind of creepy film, and one that was done really well, is 30 Days of Night, which is an awesome vampire film. This takes place up in the north, where they have these long winters where the sun stays down. It doesn't even come up. And during this time, these vampires come in and take advantage of that and feed on this town. It has audio commentary, images of the night, graphic novel to film comparison, 8 behind-the-scenes featurettes, which is pretty cool. I mean, got a lot of these little inserts. That's not bad art. You can see kind of a little bit of that little Blu-ray thing. This just shows you how, I mean, this is coming around the time Blu-ray was starting. Then we have the sequel, 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. I need to watch this again. It's a similar concept. A lot of it's more of the same. I got this at Blockbuster when it was going out of business. Refitted this with a regular Blu-ray case because they come in these large cases I didn't like. So it looks like the release would. And a couple of behind-the-scenes featurettes and a director commentary and graphic impressions comic to film comparison. So again, now this one also has some art inside, as you can see. But this is the disc art, which is kind of more of the cover. But still not bad. So, Criterion also has a couple of offshoots that come with it. These essential art house films, but they're not really Criterion, so I wouldn't put them in the Criterion area. But they go on sale with Criterion, which I like, because you can get these exceptionally cheap. They don't come with a ton of special features, but they do have a good remastered version of the films. And this is Alfred Hitchcock's 39 Steps, which is an awesome film. It's one of those wrong man things. Let's see here. Let's see here. It follows the exciting exploits of Richard Hannay, a dapper everyman who ends up on the run after he's mistaken for a murderer. It's an excellent film. Like I said, no real special features to speak of. But sometimes you just don't really need them. Sometimes you just want the film. I do think I will upgrade this eventually. If I don't get the collection that has it on it. Just because it would be cool to have some features. But it's still pretty cool. Alright, this one is not mine, this is my wife's, which is 14 Days and 40 Nights. 40 Days and 40 Nights. It's basically, he's about to do the unthinkable. No sex whatsoever for 40 days and 40 nights. This is sort of a, this basic romantic comedy. Feature commentary. French language track. Ooh. It's not a bad little comedy. So, what do y'all think? Well, do you have any favorites in this? Anything cool that I have that I've picked out on this one? Well, let me know in the comments below. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Click that like button, of course, subscribe and share, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.